Hi everybody. Hey, I wanted to do a short video for the Chinese Law of Abundance, the new moon checks. Now, I did one of these last year in 2014. This one's going to be a little bit different. So if you want to view the one that I did last year and follow that one, absolutely. However, I've been doing some research since last year, and I kind of like the idea of doing the checks for each new moon, and I'm going to try that for this year. So I've got some notes here just because I want to make sure that I cover everything. So if I keep looking down, that's why. But what you'll need to first do is to actually get yourself a blank check. Now, this can actually be your own check, which would be ideal. However, if you don't want to use 12 checks in a year of your own, you can find these wonderful universal law of abundance checks online. Okay, there's tons of them out there. So all you need to do is just to find one that you like and that resonates with you, and print that out. Okay, and you want to have about 12 of them to get you through the whole year. But before you actually start filling this all out and everything, you want to get yourself in the proper mindset. So that was the thing when I first started doing Law of Abundance oh wow, when The Secret came out, I think that was about 2006, 2007. And, I watched The Secret, that wonderful movie, and I tried it, but it just didn't work for me. And I didn't understand why. I was under the assumption that, if you think it, and you think it, and you think it, and I am wealthy, I am wealthy, I am wealthy, that I would become wealthy. Well, I didn't. Okay, I didn't manifest the money that I wanted to attract. And, I read more about it, and it wasn't just a matter of just writing that out or thinking those thoughts. It was really about feeling. It was feeling that you had that money already. What did that money feel like? What did that emotion feel like having that? If you were wanting $500 and uh, obviously seeing that $500, but what did it mean to you? What did it feel like having five $100 bills in your hand? And that was the piece I was missing. So that's how you want to, maybe bring about a little bit more success when you're doing the Law of Attraction, Chinese abundance checks for the new moon for this year. But, because money isn't just used to buy things. It's, because really, all it is, it's a piece of paper. That's all it is. This is a piece of paper here. $100 bills is nothing more than just a piece of paper, but it's what it represents. It's what that money can do for you. It's what it can buy for you. And that's the outcome that you're trying to get. So, as you're going through and you're writing these checks out, always have that in the intention. It's the intention of why you want that money. What's it going to be used for? And focus on that and focus how that's going to feel. Another thing, if you watched my video for this week for February 16th through the 22nd, we had the Magician come up, and I thought that was very ironic because the Magician card falls right with the new moon, and of course, this is so perfect with this is because you want to keep what you're doing very private, and just like a magician, they never reveal their secrets, so it was perfect that that card came up. You want to keep it, everything that you're doing very secret. So you don't want to share how you're doing this with other people. I'm going to walk you through on some of the general forms of how I do this, but I'm not going to go into the full-blown way of how I do it because, again, that's my way. And as you go through this and you're trying to manifest, whether it be $20 or $2,000, if you share that with other people, they may assume that or feel that you're not going to be able to do it. And as a result, that can actually directly interfere with you manifesting that $20 or $2,000. Okay, so keep it hidden. Nobody needs to know what you're doing. Now, one thing that I would have you do if you're brand new to this and you've never worked with trying to manifest money, I would start off with something small. So if you can make it fun, You know, like I said, the video last year, I just had you write a check and that was it. So this year's kind of something a little bit different. You'll be writing a check for each new moon. And if you want, you can keep it completely blank, which I'll show you how to do that, so that you will be manifesting unlimited amounts. That way you're not putting a set amount. However, if you want to try and make it fun and actually try and manifest a specific amount, you can do that. And I would have you start off with something super, super simple and small. And I don't care if it's $5. You can make it 5, you can make it 10, 20, whatever you're comfortable with. But if you've never manifested $500, I wouldn't have you start at 500. I would start off with something small. Maybe start off with 5. See how that works for you. Now again, this $5 that you're manifesting is not your paycheck. It's not money that you get on a regular basis. This has to come out of the blue. This has to be, oh my gosh, I just found a $5 bill on the ground. That's the universe giving that to you. And you've manifested that, okay? So you can start off with maybe $5, and when you've manifested 5, maybe the next new moon, make it 10. You manifest 10 or more, then the following new moon, maybe 20, double it. Keep doubling it, okay? And that's going to get you used to manifesting, but it's also going to give you self-confidence in being able to manifest as well. So that's what I want you to try and do, is I don't want you to go overboard and lose steam because it didn't occur for you and you just give up and say, well, this isn't going to work, okay? So start off with something small. Maybe think about, 12 little mini goals that you would like to, some mini goals that you'd like to manifest for this year, okay? It could be, $49 certificate that you wanted to get, or a certification course, or, have fun and creative with this, all right? Now, when you do this, start thinking about what you want to manifest. But before you just, take your scissors out here and you cut out your check, and I'm going to cut this out here real quick for you. And you get your pen and you start filling it all out. Before you do that, you want to get yourself in the mindset that is right before you actually begin this. So some things that you may want to consider doing is do a quick meditation. If you want to do a 15-minute meditation or a 30-minute meditation, just to kind of clear your mind and de-junk it. And speaking of de-junking, I would even clear your space. And getting some white sage, I've got my white sage right here, and before I do these readings, I always do a little cleansing of the room and clear my space and get myself in the right mindset. So smudging, you could even do spraying the room, and also one of the things that I do is I make my own spray. And I spray my checks, because this is my abundance spray. So I spray my checks, and I'll carry that with me. All right. So there's lots of things that you can do when you're working with this. You can work with crystals. So I've got a citrine here, and I've got a chunk of pyrite. And after I write the check, I may want to place that check, just underneath that citrine and pyrite for a night, and then infuse the property of the crystals in with the check. All right, so lots of different ways that you can do this. Now, you can do candle rituals. So, after you fill that out, you may want to definitely burn a green candle, because green represents money and health, and you want a healthy financial outlook for that new moon energy. So green is perfect. Gold candle would be just perfect as well. Okay. Now, you can also, when it comes time and you're all set and you're in that proper mindset, one of the things that you want to do is where it has the date, some will say to leave it blank. You can do that. However, you may want to put now, which is something new that I ran across, which I really like, because now means now. And tomorrow will also be now, even though that's in the future. It's all in the present moment, and that's what you want. This check is always for you to bring money to you, not in a future date or, yesterday or tomorrow, but now, okay? So you can do that. Now, you'll put your name here, where it says paid to the order of, so you'll put your name there. In the amount, if you want to do an unlimited amount, you would just put paid in full, all right? And then you will also put paid in full, write that out here in the dollars section. Now, if you want to try and manifest a specific amount like that $5 that I was talking about, you can put $5 and $5, okay? And write it out just like you would a check there. Where you sign it, yeah, here we go. Where you sign it, this will be Universal Law of Abundance. And guys, you know, if you don't get it on this video, there's lots of websites where you can get this. Trust me, they are out there. So feel free to rewind the video and listen to it. But you would just sign this Universal Law of Abundance. Under the memo section here, I always like to put thank you. Or you can put I thank the universe, or gratitude, grateful, whatever that you'd like in there. But this is just my way of saying thank you, universe, for bringing this to me, okay? Again, when I'm finished with it, I may spray it, I may infuse it with the crystal energy, candle work. You guys do your thing, but this is what I do with mine. And when I am set and ready to use it, then I carry this with me. So this will go in your purse, it'll go in your wallet. And another thing that you may want to start doing is if you are very scarce with money, meaning you live paycheck to paycheck and there's hardly anything left over, if you can just even find $1 to put next to that check and carry that dollar with you always, all right? Because what I want you to get in the habit is of I want you to have the habit of having money. I want you to always feel when you look in that wallet that it's not empty. There's always money in there. And, you know, when you can afford $5 to put into the wallet, put 5. Then put 10. Then put 20. Ideally, I would love to have you put a $100 bill in your wallet at all times. And you are raising your vibrational energy of attracting that amount or more to you always. So I want you to start getting into that because I want you to be attracting $100 or more always, all right? So try to have this check brush across money as much as possible in that new moon cycle, all right? So what do we do with this once we've gotten our 5 or our 10 or our 20 or whatever the universe has provided for us, and we are now at the tail end of that whole new moon cycle. We're getting ready to start another new moon, and we're going to start writing a brand new check for that one. So what do I do with this? Well, some people burn it. I burn mine. You can bury it. But it's, you know, you can flush it. I've heard people flushing it in the river, you know. However, I like to burn mine. And I always like to give just a little bit of gratitude when I'm burning this. So one thing that I do is I get an envelope and I'll put the check in here. And before I put the check in there, I actually sign it like I'm depositing it to the universe. And again, I will put thank you, universe, with gratitude. And put the check in here. And, you know, if you want to even put in some herbs as a way of saying thank you, and sprinkle some cinnamon in there, any money drawing herbs that you have around your house, basil, you know, you can sprinkle just any household herb in there. It's just a way of saying thank you. I really appreciate the $5 that came out of the blue, or 10 or 20. And then you take this and you can put Universal Law of Abundance and go out and burn it. And as it's burning, again, give thanks to the universe for what you have received. Now, the other thing that I also want you to get in the habit of doing is giving back. Well, I got $5. What am I gonna give back? Well, you can give somebody $1 that may need it. You know, buy somebody a soda. Now, if you've got $100, then give back a little bit more than that. One thing that I'm going to be doing here pretty soon is just my way of getting this process going. Is because I really need the money, and I'm sure you do too. You don't actually have to give money away. You can give your time or services. So that's one thing that I'm going to be doing, and you can look forward to this. For those of you, hopefully, if you like my channel, I'm going to be giving away a free 15-minute phone reading. Okay? And that's just my way of giving back to the universe for what I've been given so far. So I want you to get accustomed to doing this from cycle to cycle. And I hope that this works for you, and I hope that you manifest an abundance of money this year, because this is going to be our year to do it. Angel blessings, everyone. Thanks. Bye now.